We move from there to consider the story of the prophet Balaam. This has been one of the favorite objects of ridicule of the atheist. After all, he's got a talking donkey. Who in the world can believe that? And of course, that story is preserved for us in Numbers. He was working with the Moabites, the Ammonites, the enemies of the children of Israel, as at the time of the Exodus they were marching toward the Promised Land and were mowing down the people one after another, and we see what they did to this group and to that group, and the Moabites were afraid they would be conquered, and so they hired him a prophet to curse the children of Israel, Balaam. At Tel Der Allah, and the Tel is a term for the mounds on which the cities were built. Usually they had been destroyed several times, and a mound was the accumulation of the destruction. They would build the next city on top of it, and we find that all over Israel and in the area. But here is the Tel Der Allah. This is on the other side of the Jordan, as the Jabbok River meets the Jordan. And that was excavated just a few years ago. And in this Tel, they found what was actually an administration building for the Amorites. This is not the Israelites. This is the enemies of the Israelites. And it was covered with plaster that had fallen off. But on that plaster, they had written various stories. And down at the base of the wall, you see the broken plaster that they then could put together, written on with black and red ink. And so, like a jigsaw puzzle, they put this back together to see what the Amorites had to say. And there were a number of administrative details that they had, but as they put that together, they found, of all things, the story of Balaam the Prophet. Again, not written by the Israelites, but by the enemies. And here is one line which says, "Warnings given by Balaam, the son of Behor, a seer of the gods." Now, this is from the 8th century B.C., a story of Balaam the prophet by the enemies of God. Numbers 22 says, "So he sent messengers to Balaam, the son of Behor, at Prethor," which is near the river. They saw what Israel had done to the Amorites, and here's what the Amorites had to say about it. And of course, we continue reading the latter part of the verse. "Behold, a people came out of Egypt." This relates directly to the Exodus, which the archaeologists deny today. And, of course, relates to what we read in verse 28, "The Lord opened the mouth of the donkey." A crazy story? Well, we have archaeological confirmation of that story and of that prophet from the enemies of the children of Israel. I think that's awesome. This material is now on display in Amman, Jordan. And you can go there and look at it in the museum.